What's up guys, Jeff Cavalier, AthleanX.com. Today I want to give you a beginner workout for abs. Now, the key is that this is not your only workout, right? I just made a video not long ago where I talked about one of the biggest mistakes that you can make when you're trying to lose weight is to think that an ab-only approach is going to get you there. Because we know that you need to have your nutrition in check in order to do that. However, if for a beginner, you can commit to a 5-minute workout, 6-minute workout like this one's going to be here, to at least get you going, to start to build that momentum, then it's a good thing. But realize that you want to make sure that you're transitioning to something greater, that you're starting to work your entire body and not just focusing on the abs. With that being said, there are some key differences here between this beginner ab workout and some others that you may have seen, because we want to make sure that we're training you the right way to hit the right functions of the abs and not leave anything out. So this will do exactly that. And I've got a stopwatch here that we're going to do everything to, so it makes it very, very simple to track, right? So I'm going to get down here. The very first thing that you want to do is something we call a halo. And the reason why the halos are good is that you're working your lower abs. So any movement where we take the pelvis and curl it back up towards the head is going to be initiated with a contraction down from the bottom portion of the abs. So we want to make sure we start with that because that tends to be the weakest. So we pick our legs up, and then we're in this position here. Now we're going to lift and draw a circle. So I'm trying to draw circles into the ceiling, just like that. So I lift, I'm drawing a circle all the way down and around, just like this is the circle. Now after 30 seconds, I'm going to go and start reversing direction. So now I'm going to lift and draw circles in the opposite direction. So 30 clockwise and 30 counterclockwise. Okay, then what you want to do is you want to start getting your obliques involved now. So you still want to stay bottom up because, again, you're most fresh at this point in the workout, but you get the obliques involved by creating some rotation because they run down at an angle. So what we do here is now we're going to curl our pelvis off the ground, and as we do, twist the butt in one direction. Curl and twist the butt. Curl and twist the butt. Just like that. So I'm literally just lifting my pelvis from here to here, off the ground, lift, twist, and down. So no hanging exercises. Hanging exercises tend to be a lot more difficult. We're going straight for the somewhat simpler versions here, but still not negating the principles that I want you to follow here when it comes to training your abs. Okay, great. Now the next thing is what we call a mid-range movement, where we want to train the abs in both directions, meaning stability from the top down and from the bottom up. So that's where we kind of work on that entire mid-range. And this is where planks become a good option. However, if you've seen me talk about planks before, I'm not a big fan of them. Why? Because they're just not that challenging. They're not dynamic. They're too static. We can make them a stability exercise, but still have them become more dynamic by adding movement in. And we could do that with a pendulum plank reach out. So we get down in this position here, and what we do is we start by pendulum, making a pendulum of the lower legs. So I step out here and back, and step out and back, out and back, out and back. That's the bottom portion. But what we do is we add the arms in too. So I step out, back, arm out, back, arm out, and back. When I go into this reach position here with the arm, you can see that I've decreased my stability on the floor. I've taken where I had 4 limbs down, 4 points of contact, and made it temporarily 3. And even when I put the hand back down, this elongated arm out here has increased the work that the abs have to do. All right, so I come back in. So step out, arm out, step out, arm out, and I keep that going for a minute. Each of these exercises so far has been done for a minute. Now, we still want to have that rotation, but this time from the top down. So what we could do there is an exercise we call the chainsaw. So you've probably seen scissors before, right? You lift your torso off the ground, engage the abs, get in this position here, and you just flutter your legs back and forth. For a chainsaw, we want to make it again more dynamic, some more motion. So what we do is we come down, we lift, engage, up, and then what we're doing is we're actually rotating our legs and our feet, trying to keep our torso pointing straight ahead, but all of our lower body rotating, scissor, 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 scissor over there. Okay, come on up here a little bit more. So scissor it and rotate it. Okay, you go 1 minute of these. Now, you rest as needed between these exercises. Depending upon how much of a beginner you are, you might need a little bit more rest. If you can kind of keep cranking through them, that would be ideal. The less rest time you spend between ab exercises, the better the overall effect. And then finally, we do a sit-up roll-up. Now, this is kind of a very important point here. We end with our top-down movement, going from the top towards the bottom. Why? Because we're strongest in that direction. We have more strength than any top-down movement. And we're gonna need it because at this point in the workout, we're fatigued. However, you've probably seen a lot of people anchor their feet in under something to do a sit-up, right? And when they do, they're actually, by hooking their feet and pulling up, they're engaging their hip flexors, which actually has a detrimental effect on the low back, especially over time as you accumulate more and more reps. So what you do is, you find that same surface, and instead you hook your feet beyond. So now when the feet are beyond and you pull back, you're actually activating the hamstrings, which are on the opposite side of the hip flexors, which can help to decrease the hip flexor activity, therefore decrease the pulling on the low back. It's a completely opposite effect, but the abs still have the same opportunity to be worked. So with my feet anchored beyond that point, what I do is I keep my arms up here and I curl up. And when I'm at the top, the very important key here is to paint yourself back down. I actually just covered this in a lower ab weakness video. You want to be able to paint yourself down. Same way on the way up, you want to unpeel yourself off the ground, one segment at a time here, and then on your way back down, you engage and roll down one piece at a time. Roll off one piece at a time, paint yourself back down, one vertebrae at a time. By engaging, by getting into this flexed trunk, you're engaging the abs already, you're disengaging the hip flexors, you're protecting your back. There are no detrimental effects to exercises like this with sit-up or ab workouts in general. You complete this here for 1 minute. So you see you got 5 exercises for 1 minute apiece. The idea, guys, is that if you're beyond a ranked beginner, you could do this 2 times. It'll give you about a 10-minute workout. If you are a beginner, start here. And like I said before, I don't care where you're at in terms of ranked beginner and this getting you on the ground and actually doing something. That's great, but use it as an impetus to do more. Ab training alone is not going to get you the results you want. Pair it up with good nutrition, pair it up with some good total body training. Now you're going to really start to see the results of your hard work. All right, so guys, I hope you found the video helpful. If you're looking for more workouts, we have lots of advanced training in our AthleanX videos as well. Make sure you check them out. And if you're looking for one of those programs, you can find them over at AthleanX.com. We do have programs scalable to all levels of ability. If you found the video helpful, leave your comments and thumbs up below. Let me know what else you want me to cover, and I'll make sure to do that for you. And also turn on those notifications because you want to make sure that you get notified by YouTube when I do put up a new video. All right, guys, see you soon.